There's some momentum now, huh? Big shot by Brian Antoine.
Absolutely huge shot at the end for Brian Antoine, who didn't put up a lot of points. He was lights out on defense all night long. And one thing I like about this Radford team so far, they got a lot of guards that can score. I'm looking forward to see who's going to step up tonight and put some points on the board.
Highlanders wearing the home reds here today. Eastern Menonite wears, well, royal blue because they are the Royals. Radford starting out in this game, Brian Antoine, Kenyon Giles, Quan Smith, Chandler Turner, and Justin Archer. Radford from right to left as we open up, and we are underway here on this Sunday.
Radford's going to look to go into Justin Archer here on this first possession. Big size advantage tonight.
Man-to-man for Eastern Mennonite. And down low to Turner, and he turns and he scores. Chandler Turner gives Radford a 2-0 lead. Eastern Mennonite counters from left to right. Melvin Felix in his 6th season. Aaron Brooks. They have basically 3 guards running around the perimeter. The best player, Uviwe Malong, and a turnover created by Radford. Quan down the floor, had it knocked away, and it's stolen away. So Radford gives it right back.
Good job in Eastern Mennonite getting back in transition. Brian Antoine with his 2nd deflection.
Antoine gave up the shot. Kenyon Giles, top of the circle, working one-on-one against Johnston. They get it down low again, and Archer with the jump hook. You would think Radford, even though they have some injuries to their post, will have a huge advantage down low today.
Yeah, I think that's the recipe tonight, and I think that's part of why Brian Antoine passed up that shot. It's a pretty good shot, but he knew if they could get it in the paint, it would be a great shot.
Floating into the lane, missing the runner is Aaron Brooks. Rebound taken by Antoine. Radford on the run. Here's Kenyon Giles, fresh off a career-high 22 points.
And you see, this is what he wants to do. He wants to get in the paint.
And that's what he likes to do there. Elevate, kiss it off the glass. And it's 6-0, a hot start for Radford here at home.
Kenyon Giles is averaging 20 points a game, but has only made 2 threes. And again, and that's his 3rd deflection.
Antoine reaches in, Euro drive, layup, no good, but he is fouled. And he'll be on the line shooting 2. The 3rd member of our broadcast team is Crystal Hubbard. C-Hub, good to have you. You've already been on one broadcast today.
Already been on the one today, here for the 2nd one. It's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to it. It's good to be back with you guys here on the broadcast.
Well, you're watching this Radford team, and obviously they're coming off the 1-1 performance on the road at UNC and Marshall. I mean, there's a lot to like, isn't there?
There's so much to like with this team. The energy and the focus is something that's really good. And, talking to the coaches, they're just looking forward to their team getting better every game. That recipe doesn't change even after the great win from UNC.
Antoine makes the free throw. He was at 90% last year, and it's now a 7-0 start for Radford. And he misses the 2nd,
wow,
so I jinxed it.
Yeah, you should know better. You've been doing this, 24 years?
Broadcasting jinx. The Royals looking for their first points, and 3-ball taken and missed by Kai Johnson. They're 0-1. They opened up against Southern Virginia last Wednesday and lost 73-65. And Radford's going to turn it over again. They've got numbers, 3-on-1. Nice touch pass right, then left. And then Archer hustled back to block the shot of Ty Peterson, who checked in. And Eastern Mennonite will inbound. Been a long time since these two teams have played, as we'll see the replay here once again, Cole.
Rick, you talked last week about Brian Antoine being the best off-the-ball defender in the conference. He's pretty good on the ball, too.
He is. He's just an amazing defensive player. An attack by Brooks, ill-advised. He was rejected once again in the paint area. First 7 points scored by Radford. They turn it over again, and Darius Nichols not going to like that. That's a lot of giveaways.
A little sloppiness on offense so far.
Here's a long 3 left side. It's off the mark from Malong. 1 and out as Antoine rebounds, brings it up the floor. 7-0 Radford, 17 minutes to go, and there's Giles getting free and scoring off glass. It's 9-0. Highlanders lead this all-time series 4-0. They haven't played since January of 1979. Radford won that game 91-74. And a reach in and a knock away, and here goes Kenyon Giles, and he'll score with ease. And Radford has opened the game on an 11-0 run.
And Radford's been getting hands on some errant passes and some lackadaisical dribbling from Eastern Menonite so far. Look who we got at the check-in table here.
TJ Nesmith going to be available for the first time for Radford. We mentioned that in our radio pregame. And that ball's knocked away.
Number.
And that gets us to the media timeout. It's all Radford right now. 11-0 is the score, as we're going to see the block right here. When it looked like maybe there was a moment, no, sir. Highlanders off to a fast start, 11-0. We're back here on ESPN Plus and the Radford Sports Radio Network.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Since 1999, the Virginia Lottery has delivered on a promise to support K-12 public education. Giving back to Virginia public schools is more than just a promise. It's our mission. We have delivered more than $11 billion to our schools, contributing to education programs in communities across the Commonwealth. Every day, we're making a difference, investing in the future of Virginia's public schools. The Virginia Lottery, a win for education.
They said nothing much would grow here. But I believed in this land. Always have. Always will. It's that belief that keeps you pressing forward. And you surround yourself with people who get that. The ones who are the best at what they do. Yeah, they said nothing much would grow here. They don't say that anymore.
11-0. Radford off to a big start here. Not a surprise.
Yeah, Eastern Mennonite 5 turnovers so far. Brian Antoine is the leader of all of those. And how about Kenyon Giles again, just getting into the paint at will. We've seen him do that, against North Carolina, so you better believe he's going to continue that tonight.
Crystal Hubbard, what you got for us?
Well, as we all know, three-pointers can be pretty much a key to a game. It can be an equalizer in any game. Radford's done really well with defending the three, keeping teams to 28%. That's going to be important in this game because Eastern Mennonite put up 31 threes in their last game, and contributing to that was Malong. Radford needs to keep their eye on them.
Lots of subs. TJ Nesmith making his debut for Radford, number 23 in the red uniform. And there's Turner with a turnaround jumper. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. So you have Turner and Nesmith as your post. Kenyon Giles, Trenton Walters, and Quan Smith out there for Radford.
And Nesmith's going to bring some much-needed depth inside for Radford. So far, they've really only played 2 post players because Chandler Turner's mostly on the wing.
And they get it down low, and Walters scores with an easy layup, and it's 13-0.
Chandler Turner with a nice little seal there to clear the way.
Malong gets it to Johnston. Ball knocked away and picked up off the floor by Giles. Down the floor to Nesmith, and he has his first points as a Radford Highlander, and it's a 15-0 start for RU.
And at 6'9", he's an athlete. You see him there running out in transition. Great coordination. Looked like there might have been a little contact.
Eastern Mennonite just looking to score, but they keep turning it over. Walters reaches in. Quan's going to hit Nesmith, and he'll flip it up and off. And he'll be on the line shooting 2.
You know, one thing Coach Nichols talked about before the Marshall game is he wanted communication to be a focus. And you hear Radford out here loud on defense, talking on offense. The rhythm all around is pretty good.
And the free throw is good by Nesmith.
And in comes Kyle Burns, a guy that can knock some three-pointers down. This is a good opportunity for him tonight to get some looks.
And he makes 1 of 2. Yeah, you're going to see, I think, everybody who is available to play in this game see a lot of minutes.
If you're Eastern Menonite right now, you just have to get a shot up. Too many turnovers.
16-0. Let's see if they can get a shot, but they're going to call a cheap foul there on Burns. As driving in that time was Gabriel Campbell, a freshman.
That actually looked like pretty solid defense. He was moving his feet.
Inbounding the basketball are the Royals. Long jump shot on the left side is no good. That was taken and missed by Malong, and Radford rebounds. It's 16-0.
Good play design. Malong had a pretty good look from 3, and he can knock him down.
And they find Nesmith, and he'll dunk it. And this one has already gotten out of hand, and we're in the first 6 minutes of the game. 18-0 Radford.
And Radford at this point hasn't even attempted a three-pointer yet. They don't need to. They're just able to get in the paint at will.
Slipping down to the floor, keeping the dribble going that time was Campbell, and he's going to be on the line shooting 2 for a chance to get them off the schneid.
Kyle Burns already has his second there. It's probably a little frustrating for him. Well, this is going to be the best look they've had all night. Let's see if they can knock them down.
And he makes the free throw.
This is a lineup I like right here with Archer, Pearson, Turner all in at the same time.
Well, they missed the second, but a nice offensive rebound that time by Malong, but he missed the jumper. They still don't have a made basket.
They're going to switch to a little 2-3 zone here since they've had no success at keeping the Radford ball handlers out of the paint.
Turner in the left corner is going to shoot a 3. Missed it. And the rebound. Radford, as you might expect, dominating the glass. Archer on one side got tied up. Nicely done that time from Eastern Menonite. And that's Kyer Pendleton creating a possession for the Royals.
That's a very strong play because we know Justin Archer is not an easy guy to tie the ball up with. He's dominated the glass through these first 2 games, 14 rebounds in the last outing. Whoa.
Archer rejected that.
Good rotation there from Archer.
You would think Radford will have a lot of blocks. And they inbound, and there's the first field goal at the 13:02 mark from Jalen Jones, a sophomore from Mid-Atlantic Christian. And it's now 18-4, and that breaks almost a full 7-minute drought.
They've had 2 pretty nicely designed plays off the underneath out of bounds. Maybe that's their best offense right now, Rick. Truth Harris, the guy that's in now, he can bring some instant offense.
18-4 is we're waiting to fix the clock. Last thing you want in a game like this is a clock issue. So what are we doing? There we go. 13 minutes on the clock. And they're going to fall back into a 2-3 zone.
This would be good for Radford. They haven't really faced zone so far this year.
Yeah, they need to see it. And it clogged up the middle for them a little bit because Radford's dominating the posts. 12 to shoot. Truth Harris right side to Antoine. Back to Truth. Walters into the lane. Throws it to Quan for three, and he'll knock it down. That's the kind of ball movement that we saw big moments against Marshall when they made their comeback.
That's great offense. A couple ball reversals. Every time you reverse the ball against the zone, the defense gets a little more loose. And then Walter's able to get in the paint and find Smith for a wide open three.
Long three on the other side is an air ball. Isaiah Carr into the game. So you're going to see both Coach Felix and Coach Nichols play a lot of players, different combinations in this one. 21-4.
Pretty good look from Walters there. Not able to knock it down.
You do sense that EMU is getting a little bit into the feel now, right? The flow's starting to happen a little bit for them.
Yeah, and that can happen. You come out and nothing goes your way right out of the gate. It takes a little while to get settled.
Missed layup. They tried to reverse sides, and Highlanders rebound. Next foul or stoppage of play will take us to the media timeout. Antoine in the right corner for three. Rattles it in. And the Highlander lead has ballooned to 20. 24-4.
Again, Radford just even against the zone was able to get dribble penetration, leading to another wide open three. Nice shot from Brian Antoine. The opposite corner from where he knocked the game winner down a couple days ago. You can just hear the communication. I know that's something Coach Nichols really likes.
Long three is an air ball on the other side. And Quan goes to the goal, and it's now 26-4. Radford by 22 at the 10:22 mark.
Just something that impresses me about this Radford offense is all the guards can get inside. There you see Smith, who is probably Radford's strongest guard.
There's a nice ball reversal. Yeah. They've got a wide open three in the corner, and he knocks it down.
It's a good extra pass there.
Isaiah Carr makes it 26-7.
That's certainly their best offensive possession. Again, you hope maybe they can get a little momentum going. Eastern Menonite just does not have enough ball pressure. If you're going to play zone, you can't, just hang out below the three-point line. You got to get out there and have some active hands, make these passes more difficult.
29-7. 9:21 to go. This is a long break in between media timeouts. Maybe we'll get a whistle here. Nope. Still have the under 12 media timeout to take. And there it is. As they got the ball down low, and a big foul coming up. And free throws for Radford as Truth Harris will be on the line. It's all Radford at the 9:10 mark, 29-7. Here on the Radford Sports Radio Network and ESPN+. And we welcome you back. 29-7 is our score. 22-point Radford lead. The Highlanders early on, 12 of 16, 3 of 5 from 3. And really, there's not much to analyze. Crystal Hubbard, I mean, this game going about like, no, you don't have it yet? Okay. Cole, there's not much to analyze in a game like this. Let's just say it the way it is. You just go out there and try to make sure you don't have a situation where you forget that you actually have an opponent out there.
Yep, and then you do like that Radford has balance. 7 players have already scored, a good opportunity to get some guys rolling, and you're excited that, you know, sometimes when you have a opponent which might not be as difficult after starting the season with 2 big games, you know, you might not come out with your best effort. So it's nice to see that Radford's into the game despite the opponent.
Free throws coming here for the Highlanders as they getting whatever they want down low. The rebounding situation, you know, right now Eastern Menonite's hanging in 11-8, but they've turned it over 9 times.
Yeah, on pace for 40 turnovers. That's never going to be a recipe. And again, that's Radford's 8th player that scored tonight.
31-7 is the score. Eastern Mennonite in the half court. Long jump shot taken top of the circle is no good. They get an offensive rebound, though, and turnaround jump shot on the secondary shot is not good. And Brian Antoine will board the miss.
Rebounding has been one bright spot from Eastern Mennonite so far.
Long 3 for Giles is good, and it's now 34-7.
That's promising from him. As good as his season has started off, he has struggled from 3. That's only his 3rd 3 of the season.
Hunter Castleberry is in the game for Radford. He got hurt last year. He's a kid that can shoot it. And we mentioned that everybody's going to get an opportunity to play.
You got to think he'll get a couple looks here tonight. And I do like the unselfishness.
We're at the under 8 at the next opportunity as Giles rolls one in, 36-7.
Again, Kenyon Giles, that's just what he wants to do. There you see him operating almost as if he was a post player. Does a great job of creating separation and using his body.
3-ball missed here on the other side. And that was taken by Edison Gomez Blanco for Eastern Mennonite. Here's Giles to Nesmith. Nesmith, turnaround jumper is good. And they're just scoring really any way they want. 38-7 is the score. 31-point Radford lead, 6:47 to go. And really, you may not see a lot of the folks who started continue. But they did hit a 3 there, so they are in double digits. It's now 38-10. With 6.5 minutes to go. Again, the next whistle takes us to the under-media timeout.
And I would imagine the Royals are going to start knocking some shots down. When you're down this big early, there's really nothing to lose. No pressure on any of your shots. Look at that.
Kenyon Giles floats in and lofts it up.
And that's not just him against Eastern Mennonite. I mean, he did that against UNC, against Marshall in a tough environment.
There's a steal by KG down the floor to Antoine, and the Euro drive is good. Doesn't it feel like they could probably do that whenever they wanted if they applied pressure?
No, absolutely. I mean, that's what, the 11th turnover so far.
42-10. Here's a jump shot right baseline, and it's good from Malong. He's a good player, Uwe Malong, and it's 42-12.
Another thing that's going to be tough for Eastern Mennonite is depth. You know, Radford is a pretty deep team, and they just keep refreshing guys. See Ford at the scores table now, about to check in.
Still waiting for the under 8 meeting. We've got a couple long continuances of play. There's a nice turnaround jump shot by Watlington, but it wouldn't go in. And I really appreciate how hard the Eastern Mennonite kids are playing, right? This is an opportunity for them, right? In the ODAC this year.
And again, just like Radford's trying to get better, they're going to take some things from this game and use it to get better.
Head of the key three is good by Antoine. 45-12.
Brian Antoine, a guy that's he gets any green light from three and decides to take it, he can knock it down. He shot very well last year, picking up where he left off.
Rebound taken by Truth Harris. And a whistle. They're going to give him a and one here. And it'll be a three-point play the old-fashioned way when we come back. I think that bucket counted. And if that's the case, it's 47-12. They'll sort that out, and free throws are coming for Radford. It's all Highlanders, as expected, here on the Radford Sports Radio Network and here on ESPN+.
Citywide.
29 to go. It's 47-12. Highlanders all over Eastern Mennonite. 19 of 24, 79%. The Royals are at 18%. As Radford doing whatever they want here today. Crystal Hubbard, what'd you get over there in the huddle?
Well, Coach Darius Nichols definitely is still focusing his team on their style of gameplay. He wants them to do more shot making. Always some coaching to be done. He wants them also, he feels like they're allowing Eastern Mennonite to get too many three-pointers off. Again, there's always something to look at in these games. No matter how far ahead you are, you're always fine-tuning and tweaking as you move forward. So that's one of the things. And actually, he set a goal for them. 20 points, no more than that in this half.
I think they're well on their way to that. But if you're a coach and things are clicking, you don't want to be up 30 and then lose focus. Every possession is a chance to get better.
47-12 is the score. And that shot is blocked, and a late whistle and a foul on Harris. Right at the 4-minute mark. So we're going to have our media timeout on time this time. Free throws coming for Eastern Mennonite when we come back. 47-12. And we welcome you back in to the Dedman Center, whether you're listening on the Radford Radio Network or watching and listening here on ESPN+. 47-12. Highlanders on top. Eastern Mennonite will have 3 free throws coming their way. Radford fouled on a 3-ball. We talked about all the players that are playing. 13 different Mennonite players have already seen action. And Radford has gotten an 11 call, and this is what this kind of game is basically designed for.
You know, great opportunity for guys that don't get as many minutes to maybe earn some more and get experience, because you know how conference play is. You know, there's a couple games a year that whether it be foul trouble or an injury, whatever the case may be, some guys that don't get a lot of minutes have to step up and play. So again, a good opportunity to get better here tonight.
Free throws coming for Melly Davis, a junior from Newport News.
So a good chance for Coach Nichols to experiment with a couple different lineups.
Another free throw coming. Millie trying to complete at least one of these, and he missed all 3.
Ooh.
And there's a blatant hold right there from Pendleton against Quan Smith.
I like the energy there, though, and the competition of him trying to make a play for his team, get something going. Got to find Pierce down here low at the bottom of that 2-3 zone. There it is.
Walters along the baseline. Chandler Turner. Pierce out to Walters. They loft it up at the shot clock buzzer. Kyle Burns got it to go in, and it's 49-12.
Great awareness and patience there from Burns. A lot of times you'll see guys, as the shot clock winds down, throw up a shot a little bit too early. He knew he had time for a little one-dribble floater.
And another knock away. Drive to the goal. No good. Falling to the floor was Millie Davis. 2:50 to go in the first half. It's 49-12. Burns top of the circle for three. Missed it. Rebound taken by the Royals.
Yeah, that's a matchup that Pierce is going to win every time there. Good job by him defending on the perimeter.
Eastern Menonite picked 12th out of 13 teams in the ODAC.
So far, Radford meeting Coach Nichols' goal of holding them under 20.
2:10 on the clock.
And, you know, even in games like this, usually there's some areas that a team will struggle in. So far, Radford is really just clicking on every cylinder.
Chandler Turner along the right wing. DeAndre Pierce throws it out to Walters, who will float it up, miss. Rebound taken by Eastern Menonite.
I don't know if Pierce blocked that, but he certainly got his hand near it.
Minute 34 in the half. Body's battling along the baseline.
And you like seeing this here, some communication again. Early in the season when you're adding new pieces to the puzzle, sometimes you'll see guys not always on the same page. Radford on the same page tonight.
Long three, top of the circle, off the mark from Brooks, and bodies hit the floor again. Pendleton's been very physical for Eastern Menonite.
I like it. He's in there battling, and here we have another player to add to the list for Radford.
David Vidor, walk on from Budapest, Hungary, checking in.
Number 12 there?
That's the 12th player in the first half, correct.
Good ball fakes by Radford. Against the zone, you have to have ball fakes, move the defense. It's a good trap there.
Ball knocked away with 3 to shoot.
This is a good situation here for Radford. Only 3 seconds on the clock, which is pretty much same spot, identical situation to the game winner at Marshall. Underneath out of bounds with only 3 seconds. And looks like they ran the same play. No.
Burns from the corner hits the jumper with 2 on the shot clock. It's 51-12. Offensive rebound and a putback. Scored by Malong. He's their best player. And he got that one to go in.
And that's the first bucket since I believe Crystal pointed out that Coach Nichols challenged Radford not to give up more than 20, and they certainly accomplished that goal.
About a 2.5 second difference in the 2 clocks. Burns left wing for 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, I believe, off of Radford with 1.9 seconds.
So here you're just straight up, don't foul.
Halftime here before we head to the break. Crystal Hubbard's going to be catching up with Darius Nichols. It's 51-14 here at the break. Go ahead, C-Hub. And Archer.
So if you're Radford, you do have to be careful that your energy stays high, because if you come out and are sloppy here in the second half, you know, some of that momentum can carry over.
From left to right now in the second half, Radford in the reds and EMU in the royal blue. Hence the name Royals. They're in their man-to-man. They've played some zone throughout. They did in the first 20 minutes. Here is Quan, and that ball is going to be booted out of bounds by Michael Watlington. And the Highlanders will inbound with a new 20. Indian Giles has more bandages on his face than a guy who just went through a briar patch. And a whistle and an offensive foul on Archer. So a turnover and a good start here in the second half for the Royals.
Yeah, I like that. They said, forget the zone. We're going to come out and we're going to try to keep you in front. And they did a good job there on the first possession.
EMU has 4 starters returning from last year. So they have some new players, but they have a nice veteran mix. Coach Felix talked to me about that. They lost their second leading scorer from a year ago. And they finished 4th last year in the ODAC in made threes. They knocked down 207 threes from a season ago. There's a driving layup missed. Rebound taken by Radford. And this is one program that's never won an ODAC championship. Randolph-Macon's won the last 4 in that league. They've been on an absolute roll. And that'll be a foul, a little over-aggressive there from Aaron Brooks.
Oh, technical there on KG.
A little bit of frustration from EMU caused the technical. What do we see there? That's something. See, that's the kind of thing that, you know, Darius Nichols won't tolerate. And I'm not sure if it was because of a situation with an EMU player. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, there's just a little bit of chirping there between Brooks and Giles. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't a double tech. It looked like something that should have went both ways.
I think that's a great point. I don't know how you decide to call it just one way. Free throw is good from Malong.
Although I would say in the game this lopsided, you know, the benefit of the doubt probably goes to the team that's down.
There is that.
40.
Both free throws are good, 51-16. Yeah, Garrett Nestor, Atalo Arujo, and Gregory Deverson are officials, and they've had a tough task here today. And that KG is going to leave, and Trenton Walters will check in.
It looked like that was the conversation Coach Nichols was having with the officials is...
Why not both ways,
yes,
right?
Yeah, I know my guy shouldn't have been chirping, but he was too.
Quan Smith missed the turnaround right-hander. Radford rebounds. 51-16.
Chandler Turner wanted it there, and Quan sees it.
Turner spins along the baseline, finds Archer for the layup. And that's a nice play, regardless of whatever level competition you're playing.
Yeah, Chandler Turner's a nice little addition. Again, he's that puzzle piece that you can kind of fit him where you need to. He can, you know, if you go with the small ball on up, he can play down low. But if you want to be big, he can go to the wing.
Big fan. I'm a big fan of Chandler Turner, as you know.
And you called it last game.
Quan gets fouled on the run-out layup. He's got a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Yeah, I just know what was asked of him, you know, talking to the coaches against North Carolina, when really he could not even think about scoring. He had to guard 4 different post players and play a couple different positions, and he did really. He held in there very well. Got into some foul trouble late. And I kind of felt like that he'd be rewarded by being able to go after his offense, and he did. He posted a double-double against the Herd.
It was kind of a quiet double-double. You know, you and I were arguing over who should have been the player of the game after the Marshall game. So many guys stepped up, a good balanced attack, and then we really didn't have him in the discussion, but he put up a stat line that maybe we should have considered him.
Antoine shoots an air ball on the 3. It was almost an air ball on the other end by the Royals. They have sent out quite a few of those. You know, you go back to the first half, they tried 15 of them. Not surprising at all. You see that a lot from a lot of Division III opponents. Malong into the lane, and he scores. I really like his game, and he's the guy that I was told about from Coach Felix. 56-18. Malong has 8 of their 18 points, and then they foul Arch on this end.
Arch working in there again. Talk about performances last game, 14 rebounds. Wouldn't be shocked. I know, Drew Pember at Nashville pulls down a lot of rebounds, but wouldn't be surprised to see Arch lead the conference this year. Although Radford's going to be getting another strong rebounder back here in a couple weeks in Josiah Harris.
I cannot wait to see Josiah Harris. He is a really talented post player. Missed 3 ball, bodies on the floor. Look at the hustle by both teams. I like to see that in a game like this. Both teams get players on the floor fighting for the rock. That's what you want to see right there. And that tells Darius Nichols his team's still very much involved. The same thing for Coach Felix.
And who's the guy from Radford there that's first on the floor? Quan Smith. And they're after taking his own shot, getting in there.
Look at that right there. Look at this guy. That's good stuff right there.
And that's one from Quan. That would have been easy for him to not pursue, but he went after it anyways. Didn't get the possession, but did flip the possession arrow.
There's a nice little flip in the lane. Ty Peterson went right, went left, and it's now 56-20.
I think what we're seeing now from Eastern Menonite is, the nerves are gone. The game's pretty much already settled, so nothing to lose at this point.
That's a great point. I mean, you're not worried. I mean, we know how the outcome in terms of a winner and loser is going to go, but just try to work on things and try to settle down.
Yeah.
Same thing for Radford, right? You want to run your stuff. Walters got fouled. He'll shoot 2. And Trenton makes the free throw. From Frisco, Texas, Trenton Walters scored his first 2 points as a Highlander on Friday from the Greenbriers. Great to have Cole Water with me all day long.
I have to say I'm a little disappointed because I did get the invite to the Greenbrier. You have not called me yet about Cancun.
Well, I'm trying to work out some flight plans.
I keep checking my phone to make sure that
much there. Yeah,
I don't have you blocked or anything.
There's another offensive rebound, nicely done. Pradales puts it in, and it's 58-22.
How about Trenton Walters in the first half? 5 assists, 0 turnovers.
Lots of guard depth for this Radford team. Here's Walters' left elbow, starting, stopping, and ball was kicked. Yep, kick basketball with 14 to shoot. Here comes DeAndre Pierce. Kyle Burns. And Kenyon Giles back in.
I mean, once Josiah Harris comes back, that post depth for Radford, the rotation between Archer, Pierce, Turner, when he goes down, and Harris is going to be pretty tough come Big South play.
Kenyon Giles misses the step back 3, and the long rebound is grabbed by Malong. He's just always in the right place.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's pretty good defense.
It looked like good defense, and the driver was out of control that time, Brooks, but he'll be bailed out with the foul call. And we'll take a break as well. 15:59 to go. 58-22. Radford on the Radford Radio Network and ESPN+. Well, here was that last whistle. Let's see what you got there. Yeah, there's not much there. You're right. That was just one of those that just happened.
I thought Kyle Burns did a good job of moving his feet there. How about Eastern Menonite winning 8-7 here in the second half?
Check.
Yeah, we got you, C-Hub. What you got?
Well, Coach was saying in the huddle, no matter what the score is here, you can tell that the energy in the huddle is still the same. Coach Nichols still wants to see energy out of his team and wants to see that focus. He's telling them to kind of keep that focus inside and keep focusing on what they do.
Free throw up and good. Ty Peterson. I think that's about it right there. That's about all really that constant reminders to stay in this game mentally from a Radford perspective. 1 or 2 from the line.
Another thing you're looking at is as starters start to get pulled from the game, are they still engaged on the bench? Are they? Looks like Waters got hit a little bit there.
No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. Well, I would hope that these officials in a game like this will settle into let's just call what has to be called mode, right? I mean, you don't need to fine-tune this thing to where every little bump is going to be called. So I don't mind if they let it go on both sides.
Yeah, these are difficult situations to officiate.
Burns, left wing, misses the 3. That's his dad, by the way, over here sitting beside the Smiths. Kyle Burns is about as inspirational as a story as you're ever going to hear about any student athlete anywhere in the country. He had 2 brain surgeries. And at one point when we talked to him on my radio show, he said, Rick, I didn't know if I was going to make it. And it all just kind of happened quickly last year. So he sat out. He healed from the surgeries, and he's out here playing basketball a year after that. It's a miraculous story and a wonderful, wonderful story for Kyle Burns.
Yeah, I love the little interview you did with him where y'all sat down. And again, it's not just the recovery. It's how quick the recovery was. You would expect, a multi-year recovery, but here he is in the very next season, suiting up and playing big minutes.
He said he just kept going back to the doctor, and the news just kept getting worse. And in the final time, they said, look, we're going to have to go in immediately like today, or you may not survive. And so they did that, and he was able to get through that one. Then he had to have the follow-up, and he kept working after that and got back into shape. I mean, it's really is a feel-good story if there ever was one for Kyle Burns. He wears number 11 in that Radford red jersey. 1 or 2 at the line. It's 58-24. The Truth, Harris, with the basketball. Another terrific new addition to this Radford program. 2-3 zone again, Cole. They ran this a couple times in the first half.
It's good for Radford to get some possessions against this.
Truth got bumped, and he'll shoot 2.
I'll tell you what, he can go from 0 to 100 just like that. It's got a lot of speed. Looks like he got banged up a little bit, maybe bumped knees there.
Well, the bad news is that stops the clock.
Rick, you've got nowhere to go. The Broncos don't play till Monday.
Oh, that's going to be ugly. Free throw good by Harris. 59-24. Hit in Buffalo. Buffalo's not playing great, but yeah, we'll see. Congrats to your Buccaneers. I saw pulled one out today.
And just lost 2 or 3 draft positions.
TJ Nesmith back in for Radford. Now they're playing. Switching off there. For a moment, it looked like maybe they were going to switch into a zone, but there's not really, that's not in the DNA, really, of Darius Nichols. There's a long 3, no good. And Nesmith inbounds. He's back from that hamstring injury, TJ Nesmith. 60-24. The largest lead has been 40 in this game. .1409 to go. Jalen Jones going to return for Eastern Menonite for Michael Watlington. Looks like they traveled all 20 of their players on their roster. Nesmith gets free for a dunk.
And that's about the easiest underneath out of bounds possession Radford's going to have all year. KG saw that the whole time.
Malong. He can let it fly.
Look at Justin Archer with the on-the-ball defense.
Good hustle by Harris. They're going to have a jump ball that will go back to Eastern Menonite. That's the kind of thing Darius Nichols wants to see out of his team in a game like this. He liked that a lot. He was running down the bench, getting his guys to applaud the effort of Truth Harris.
And again, you're looking at not just the energy on the floor, but energy off the floor. Are guys still engaged? Are they cheering on their teammates? And I doubt that's going to be a problem with this Radford team. They like to play for each other. Got a lot of energy.
Brooks and Walters both return. They each wear the number 2, and they're guarding one another right now on the floor. 7 to shoot as Malong's going to keep this himself. Lofted over Nesmith, and it rimmed out on him. Good-looking shot. He's battling, and he's going to push the rebound outside. They get another look and another missed layup, but a foul going to be called, and that's the kind of whistles that you just don't want to see. And they'll be on the line shooting 2.
And that all started with, you see frustration over there from Coach Nichols. Another offensive rebound that Eastern Menonite pulled down. Again, that's been, if you had to pick a bright spot for them, they have done a good job on the offensive glass. But part of that's just because they've missed a lot of shots tonight.
Well, that's true too. Kind of goes both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those things. If your lights out, your offensive rebound numbers are always going to be pretty low.
One of 2 from the line. It's 62-25.
A little 2-2-1 pressure here from the Royals.
Long 3 from Truth. Down and out. They crash the glass. Rebound taken by Ty Peterson. Long 3 from Malong is short. Another offensive rebound. Nice ball movement outside, and the 3 is good from Ty Peterson.
Coach Nichols not happy.
62-28. And Darius Nichols has called a timeout. 62-28. Darius Nichols letting his team have it during the break, and that's because the Royals outworking Radford on the glass recent minutes. Rebounding situation is only +6 for Radford. They've got 12 offensive rebounds in this basketball game.
And believe it or not, Rick, Eastern Menonite 14 points here in the second half. That's as many as they had in the first half, and they're actually beating Radford through these 7 minutes. Great job breaking the press there.
And I'm guessing it will be tied into a lack of concentration there for a while, right? I mean, Radford probably got that complacency that you're going to get in a game like this. It's human nature. Malong misses the 3. They crashed the glass again. They lost it out of bounds. Back to Radford.
Credit to Eastern Menonite. They've come in here in the second half, and they're working. Again, I think they've settled in a little bit, have a little more confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. Back into that, for a moment, the 2-3 zone. And now they fall back into it. Pierce, touch pass out to Burns. Kyle got hit. Man, there's a lot of fouls in this game. Shouldn't be that many whistles in a 64-28 game with 12 minutes to go, but that's the way it's being played right now. I mean, the officials are calling it because they need to, but I'm saying seems to be a lot of reaches on both sides right now.
You got to play defense without your hands. Play defense with your feet. And right now, both teams are on pace to be in the bonus here in just a few possessions.
Harris with the driving layup.
He's a guy that if he has any type of lane to the basket, he covers a lot of ground quick. I like that.
Truth has 8 off the bench. And there's another whistle. My goodness gracious. That'll take us to the media timeout.
His 4th.
66-28 is our score. Radford by 38. They've led by 40. Team fouls are even at 6. That means we're going to be shooting free throws every whistle after this. It's all Radford on a Sunday here on the Radford Sports Radio Network and ESPN+. Well, you see that 2019-20. That's the last time the Highlanders won a Big South regular season title. They're trying to get back in that same mindset here. 2023-24. Well, we still have 11:48 to go, and both teams are in the bonus going forward in a 66-28 game, and now we have a stoppage here for some reason.
Rick, as you see that regular season banner, does that bring up any thoughts about the NIT's decision to?
Oh, man, that's unbelievable.
And just a slap in the face, I think, to mid-major programs.
An embarrassment from the NCAA, which just adds to all the other ones you can attach to that organization. To take away that right from the mid-majors, there's a nice alley-oop layup for Nesmith, who has run well in this game. 68-28, he's got 9 in his Radford debut. And so you open it up, the NIT, for more teams from the Power 5 who don't want to go to that tournament anyway. Makes 0 sense. And a very late whistle. And those are the kind of fouls that drive coaches crazy, because everything was good until Peterson hit the floor. Right? I mean, the late whistle on those fouls is the kind that make you go nuts.
And we got a long way to go, 11 minutes.
Yeah, this is not ideal at all in a game like this, to have this many fouls. First free throw is good, 66-29.
I'm surprised Pendleton's even back in the game. He's been limping since he came out of the locker room from halftime. There he is with
another
the big
offensive rebound. Yeah. Nicely done by Pendleton.
And Coach Nichols not happy again.
Royals still trying to get to the 30 plateau. Maybe this is that opportunity. 1 to shoot. They have to flip it up. No good.
Oh, no.
And another offensive rebound. Wow, it just continues. Pull-up jumpers and air ball. Rebound by Walters. Trenton Walters down the floor nicely to Nesmith, who lays it in. He's got 11.
See, Walters provides a good change of pace, and his, from what I've seen so far, he's less interested in scoring himself. He's constantly looking to make plays for his teammates.
Euro drive and one for Edison Gomez Blanco. 70-31 from Santiago de los Caballeros, the Dominican Republic.
Very good, Rick. Very good.
Thank you. May have practiced that one, just in case Gomez Blanco did something. And see, it paid off. Preparation pays off, Fullwater.
Yes, it does.
And he completes that three-point play, 70-32. Gabriel Campbell, a freshman, back in from Ruther Glen, Virginia, wearing number 20 in the royal blue uniform. He's got one leg sleeved up and one leg bare.
It's an interesting look there.
Is that a fashion statement, or you think it affects the way he plays?
Maybe a little bit of both. Ooh, sloppy pass there.
Hunter Castleberry back in for Radford. 10 minutes to go.
You can tell the Royals just have a little more confidence now.
A little pep in their step in the second half, yeah. Nice reversal into the corner, but the three ball's not good. They get another offensive rebound, but then they turn it over. Truth Harris going to go to the goal, leave it short, and another whistle. Not sure that needed to be whistled, but it was, and so Truth will be on the line. Truth Harris from Mount Vernon, New York, an Indian Hill Community College transfer. David Vidor back in for Radford. Melly Davis back in for EMU. Second free throw by Truth. And he missed them both. Wow, empty possession. Rebound secured by Jones.
I would imagine this is the lineup that Radford's going to go with the rest of the way. Kyle Burns has 4 fouls. He'll probably get a little bit more burn. You see what I did there?
I did.
Been saving that all year. I probably used it too early. I should have saved that for later in the season.
Wasn't quite as good as me getting the town completely, perfectly pronounced from Gomez Blanco. Shot clock violation. Good defense by Radford as they force a turnover. Well, let's talk about this big man, TJ Nesmith, shall we? 6'9". He's a Lenore-Rhine transfer, two-time All-South Atlantic Conference, and guy who averaged 17 points, 5.5 rebounds.
I like bringing the guy in that has some production with his name. You know, I've been impressed with just his athleticism, his footwork. He's the type of guy that can go out and defend on the wing.
Nesmith. Gomez Blanco can't guard him, and he'll be on the line. Very agile with the basketball, too. A little spin move out there.
He's a guy, you know, at this level, you have to have bigs that can defend both inside and outside. Especially when you come to conference play. The Big South has several bigs that, you know, can go inside and post up or play on the perimeter, and he's a guy that can guard both.
We talked about it. You get him back full throttle, and then you get Josiah Harris healthy. Teams that are scouting Radford now will have to scout them again because it's going to change the things that they can do with more and more big people alternating off the bench. Tremendous amount of depth, and here comes one of those depth pieces, DeAndre Pierce from Denver, Colorado. How about him playing well? He had 5 rebounds against UNC. Very active, blocking shots, and there he goes, on cue, active, huh? I mean, he's doing a lot of things like that starting out this new season.
Both against North Carolina and Marshall, he made some good plays on the defensive end, and see if every now and then he can provide a little spark on offense. But again, just another piece of depth that Coach Nichols has. And, you know, we talk about this Radford team, everybody jumps straight to the guards, but their bigs have a chance to be equally. Oh, look at that.
Truth got pushed to the deck, and my goodness gracious, that was a violent play here by Melly Davis, and Truth hit his head, and he's down. Let's see if he can bounce back up. He is going to be able to bounce back up. 8:14 to go, and what do we have? It's a full media timeout. So for our radio affiliates and for our TV folks, we are going to take a break. 72-32. Back with more after this from the Dedman Center on the Radford Sports Radio Network and on ESPN+. Well, here's that play a moment ago. You're going to see Truth Harris reach in here. He's going to get the deflection. Now watch this hustle. He's going to get pushed right there, and his good news from the perspective is his head did not hit the floor. I think he was just checking himself there, and it went out of bounds. There was surprisingly no foul called there.
Well, look at this, Rick, a little 1-3-1.
Rebound on the missed 3 by Radford. Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? Walters, head of the key for 3. Knocks it down. Trenton Walters.
And look, they're putting Vidor up top. No, they're back in the man now.
75-32 is our score. Gomez Blanco, nice hustle. Gets it on the outside. He's got to let it go. No, he's going to throw it over on the right side.
Oh, don't foul.
And a tough double clutch shot by Jalen Jones goes in. 75-34. Back to the 2-3 zone go the Royals. And an offensive foul going to be called against Radford.
And Harris hit the ground again. He's just getting beat up this game. They had David Vidor. I mean, that's just a good.
Not sure. They called on Vidor?
They did. It looked like
that's not much on David Vidor.
The Eastern Menonite.
That's not a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good call at all. Eastern Menonite Founded in 1917. They're in Harrisonburg, Virginia, by the way. ODAC conference members. About a 2-hour drive. 81 north. There's a nice looking shot from Malong, a 3-ball, and it's 75-37. He's got 11 points.
And again, this is the confidence.
They've knocked down 4 of them.
Yeah, nothing to lose now. Just let it fly.
Castleberry, Pierce, Vidor. Went right. Vidor stayed right. Missed the layup. Gets it back. And can't score, but Pierce will. Good work by the 2 posts on the floor.
A little bit of volleyball action there. And not good transition defense.
That was an air ball from Kai Johnston. 77-37. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Radford.
Would it look like he made a foul call there? I don't.
Oh, he did. I thought it was just a lost basketball.
Yeah, Truth Harris just.
It's going to put Radford on the line. Okay. Well, Highlander's going to get a chance to get a couple more points here. I didn't see the foul, but officials saw it differently.
Now, if we were back at the Greenbrier with that baseline view. What'd you think of the baseline view, Rick?
Not a fan.
Besides, you're just saying that because you missed the game-winning shot. I mean, you saw the ball go.
I saw the ball. I was able to call it because I was able to catch the ball arc. But where they had us in the end zone, yeah, we were blocked from the goal stanchion from anything on the right wing down on our end. And that's where, of course, Brian Antoine took the winning shot. So, yeah, I had to just follow the ball from hand. Fortunately, I saw Antoine cut to that point as Malong hits another. Or I wouldn't have known even who took the shot, but I saw him go right.
I would have loved your call. And somebody from the corner for the win.
Some guy. Malong with 14's he's been as delivered. Coach Felix giving him his props, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession error to Radford. Nice reaction from the Eastern Menonite bench. Their kids are still very much enthralled, which is good.
And they look good here in this, second half. Only 14 points in the first half, up to 40 now.
Burns catches and shoots. All right, Crystal Hubbard, let me ask you a question. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you for a second, Crystal. So you played in some games, I'm sure, that were like this, right?
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Do you like what Radford, these are, guys are getting in off the bench. Do you like to see at least what, they're given in terms of effort and so forth?
Yeah, I think they're putting forth the effort that they need to put forth. I mean, every game like this is still, better yet, every game is an opportunity to get better. So you like to see guys coming in off the bench, getting some repetitions on the floor and having the opportunity to be able to put some things together and see what works. It's almost like engineering for a coach, It gives you an opportunity to kind of test some things out and see what works and things that may work for you down the line, maybe later in a season if there are injuries or anything like that. This gives you that opportunity to see what guys can do, and you can't replace the court experience.
Another clock issue. They're going to put some more time back on the clock, which is the opposite of what we all want.
Rick Watson, as advertised.
81-40 is the score.
And again, at this point, do we need the precise time? Can we go 25, 26 seconds? Because regardless, they're going to inbound the ball and walk it down.
Correct. Boy, this is taking a lot of time, isn't it? Just to get, 2 more seconds back on the clock in a 41-point game?
It's like the play where the coaches are like, just keep playing. This is rec league basketball. There we go. Oh, 1 second.
Let's make sure we add that 1 second back. 4:50.
And
here's a long three. Malong's been feeling it. Missed that one.
Oh.
And the Highlanders lose the rebound. Trenton Walters went diving over the Menonite bench.
That might have been the play of the game there.
He's all right, isn't he? He did a little bunny hop right over the bench.
Did he hurdle over
I think he did. We're going to see it right here. Watch Trenton. Now you see him. And now you don't.
Oh.
He's okay.
Oh my God, he went over the chair and then under.
Ball knocked away. It'll go back to Radford as it'll be 23 to shoot. Hunter Castleberry. Glad to see him back and healthy. Terrific kid. And he can shoot it.
Oh, in and out.
Burns misses a head of the key 3 ball. Rebound taken by Johnston of Eastern Menonite. Malong misses. Vidor rebounds. That is Cole Wilder's guy, David Vidor. Another great kid, by the way. Good sense of humor. Next whistle to the under 4 media. Eight on the shot clock for Radford. Burns says thank you very much, and he'll make it. You talk about a good shooter now. Kyle Burns can shoot it. 84 to 40. The Radford lead is 44 at 3.5 minutes to go.
Can never have enough shooters. He's a guy that, you have to imagine sometime in conference play, he's going to come in and play some big minutes.
Malong.
Good rotation.
That's good ball movement. Head of the key 3, no good. And Vidor rebounds. Walters is hustling down to Castleberry. Hunter didn't take the shot, gave it back to Trenton. And he tried to make an unselfish play, but Vidor couldn't catch it. And there's the under 4 media. Our final media timeout. 84-40, Radford. We're back. So we'll put the wraps on this one after this on the Radford Sports Radio Network and ESPN+. .259 to go. Here's our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Coming up here and watch TJ Nesmith in his Highlander debut with the Monster Slam. Watch this. Going to see this a lot, Cole Wilder, I think, from Nesmith. What do you think?
I think so, too, especially with the guards that Radford has that can make plays for him. How about that first game in a Highlander uniform? Strong move of the game.
You know, he looks like to me, you remember Orlando Woolridge at all?
I do not.
Well, anyway, there was a guy.
Fill me in.
He looks a little like Orlando Woolridge with the way he controls his body, and he's got that little tomahawk. He's got a little natural ability out there.
Orlando
That's the second
Woolridge.
That's the second NBA reference I've made, and you didn't know who Vinnie Johnson was on Friday. And
the microwave.
The microwave, and you looked up what that meant.
I did. That was my reading. I almost got car sick coming back from Greenbrier trying to figure out who the microwave was. But now I know.
And you need to look up Orlando Woolridge. You'll go, oh, okay, I can see that. Playing out the string here in the final 2:55, and Radford up by 44, 84 to 40. Knocked away by Malong. He's going to be one of the best players in the ODAC, isn't he? I mean, he's an active guy.
Yeah, had a couple 20-point games last year in conference play.
Aviwe Malong from Johannesburg, South Africa. 10 to shoot, 2:22 in the game. Malong on cue, rings it up for 3. He's got 17 to lead all game scores. How about that?
And how about him? He attended Eastern Menonite High School and then picked Eastern Menonite College.
Easy choice for him. 2 minutes to go.
Back-to-back turnovers.
And Malong on a run out. They got a fast break layup, but they missed it. Ball's off of Radford with 1:47 left. For our radio listeners, on Wednesday, we'll be with you at 6:30 from Richmond. The Highlanders and the VCU Rams. Back-to-back years, Radford's played down at the Siegel Center. 7 o'clock to tip.
And you kind of mentioned that VCU struggled so far to start the season, but you kind of feel like they're going to work through those problems and be ready to go against the Highlanders.
Ryan Odom, new coach. 84-45. Pradelis knocked it down for Eastern Mennonite.
And then a JMU team that's started very hot.
Yes. At the end of the night, they scored 5 points in 3 seconds to tie a game and then win in double overtime. Walters, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Pradelis. Has everyone played that's eligible in this game?
I believe so, Rick.
For Radford?
Yeah.
Malong trying to add to his game-high total, and he will. He's got 19. And a nice little spurt here at the end from Menonite, 84-47.
Again, Eastern Mennonites looks like going to win the second half total score.
Are they?
I'm doing the math now in my head.
Okay, do the math. Do the math. Here's Burns missing a pull-up jumper. Vidor with the rebound. Missed it. Shot clock is off, and now EMU can take the last shot if they want.
I believe it's actually 33-33 now in the second half, so this is a big possession right here.
Pierce with the rejection of Peterson's shot. It's really, so they've played them even in the second half.
So here we go, 11 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see who's going to pull it out.
Malong missed it. That would have given them the second half lead. All right, that's going to get us to the buzzer. 84-47 the final, thanks to Crystal Hubbard, of course, to Cole Wilder as always. We're leaving the ESPN